Thank you. Today we are talking about visual budgets, which is how to take the data from our spreadsheets and express it as engaging information that helps to tell interesting and purpose-filled stories of your mission and ministries. So we'll talk about the power of our brain and how we take in visual information. We'll talk about the type of information your congregation might present visually. We'll talk briefly about how we take data from our church budget and translate it into a narrative budget. And then we'll talk about how to translate the stories we told in our narrative budget visually and begin to think about how to present the information graphically through a visual budget, A picture is indeed worth 1,000 words, or perhaps even more. Even if we don't know what the picture is saying, we know there is a story being told. From these wonderful cave paintings found in France to the precision of the periodic table, a picture is a visual representation made in order to convey information or emotions, to tell a story. In the case of the periodic table, the story is about presenting scientific data. But what I love is that spaces were created for the elements that had not even been discovered, because they knew that they had to exist. For the cave paintings, we don't know for certain the exact story these prehistoric people were telling. They may have been representing their hunting successes, or maybe the pictures are of items important to them culturally. Or maybe it was ritualized graffiti. But whatever it was, we know that people, not dissimilar from us, took the time to make these paintings for a reason. And maybe this infographic is our current day version of a cave painting. If you look at it quickly, you might not know the underlying meanings, but with a little bit of time, it begins to sink in. And you see that information about data breaches over time is captured inside these blue bubbles. The size of the bubbles shows the size of the breach, the number of people affected. The color is also significant. Orange bubbles convey interesting stories that explain factors beyond the number of those impacted by the data breach. The infographic is actually interactive on the website. So when you hover over a bubble, it provides additional information. And as you scroll down, you see more and more and more information from previous years. And if I tried to give you this data in a different format, by perhaps reading it all to you, incident by incident, it would be dry and boring, and you would definitely have lost interest by the end.